They took Fear Factor, locked it in a house, and said, good luck. From panic attacks to gross challenges, I'm recapping every wild moment. This is Kinda Unhinged. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another Fear Factor House of Fear video, and we are on season 1, episode 8. So we begin this episode with Lance being very pissed off, and he's just talking crap under his breath. He's talking to Danielle, and Danielle is like, you kind of making the block hot for me. So she tries to distance herself a little bit from him in that moment, and she goes and checks in with Rob to make sure they're still good because they have an alliance. But right after that, Rob goes and talks to Ethan and Dita and proposes a 5-person alliance with him and Jaylene, them, and Chelsea. And of course, they agree to it. So then we get to the challenge. And in this challenge, they turn themselves into a human claw machine. So basically, they're hanging from like a crane upside down, and another person controls them, but the other person can't see what they're doing. So they have to tell them which way to navigate. And their objective is to save as many rats from these snakes as they possibly can. And there are a total of 12 rats. So if more than one person gets all 12 rats, then the person with the fastest time within 4 minutes is the winner. And the winner gets to choose 3 people that will play in the end game. So this is a huge challenge. So Chelsea is the first person to go, and she chooses Jaylene to control her. And she does really well, and she gets 8 rats. Lance is the second person to go. He has Danielle control him, and he doesn't do very well at all. He actually only gets 3 rats. He struggles a lot with the navigation. This just was not his competition. So Ethan is the third person to go. He chooses Dita, and he gets all 12 rats. So he is the first person to get all 12 rats. Dita and Danielle go fourth and fifth, and they both get 11 rats. And then Jaylene goes, she chooses Rob to control her, and she gets 12 rats. And so does Rob when it's his turn to go. So that means we had a 3-way tie with Rob, Ethan, and Jaylene all getting 12 rats. But ultimately, Rob was the winner of this competition, which meant that he gets to pick 3 players for the end game. So when they get back to the house, Danielle once again checks in with Rob to make sure that they're good and tries to sway him into putting up Ethan and Dita because we're getting down to the final few competitions, and Ethan and Dita are huge competitors, and now it's time for people to start targeting them. And he promised to keep her safe, and she promised the same in return for him. So then the first look light comes on, and Rob goes in, and he sees a guy in this glass box with bugs crawling all over him. So when we get to the end game, Johnny says that these players will be strapped to a board, and this board will have this glass helmet, and the board will spin 7 times, and underneath them is this box that has worms and snakes and crabs in it. And as this board spins, they will have to grab as many of these critters as they can and stuff them inside of their glass helmets. And the person who has the most critters by weight at the end of the competition will be the winner of the end game, and the person with the least amount will be the person eliminated. So Johnny gives the players a chance to plead their case to Rob for why they shouldn't play in this end game. And they all start to plead their case. Lance is the last person, and he says that he would never beg for Rob to keep him out of the end game because he doesn't respect him. And he's going to do everything possible to make sure that Rob doesn't win this game. So, of course, when it's Rob's turn to choose, he chooses Lance as the first person to play in this end game. No surprise there. So the second person that he picks is Danielle, and everyone's kind of surprised, especially Danielle, and she's mad, and she's like, you just made a big mistake. And then she tells everybody about their alliance that they had and tells him that he's gonna regret this moment because he should be playing way more strategically than he is. So the third person that he chooses was Chelsea. And once again, Chelsea's pissed because she's the one that controlled him in that first competition. And like she pointed out, she could have easily sabotaged him and kept him from winning, but she didn't. She helped him, and then he repays her by putting her in the end game. And she tells him that it was a douche move. And this was so frustrating to watch because, Rob, why would you put these 3 in the end game? Why would you not pick Ethan or Dita? I mean, honestly, you should have put Lance, Ethan, and Dita in this end game. So Danielle goes first, and she seemingly does pretty well. Lance goes second, and he's definitely doing really well because he has the advantage of having bigger hands than the two women. So he's able to put way more into his helmet. And then Chelsea goes third, and it looks like she's struggling a little bit at first, but she starts to get the hang of it and she starts to do a little bit better. But when they got the weight of all three buckets, Lance was the winner with 18.5 pounds of critters. And Danielle had the least amount and was eliminated from the competition. But things are really starting to heat up. I mean, Lance and Chelsea were both really pissed at Rob, and Lance said that he's not afraid of Rob and he's basically gunning for him. So, Rob, good luck. But you guys let me know what y'all thought about this episode in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want more Fear Factor content, then go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.